This is Claim the Stars, our Savage World sci-fi series. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're jumping into, I think this is episode 16 of our adventure series. The players, however, are not doing very sci-fi things this episode. I don't think, however, they might do something completely different than what I planned for. Uh, that's all right. I'm used to it. That is a thing that I'm used to because I don't run things like D&D anymore. I run things like Savage Worlds and Vampire and things like that. So, but we'll see. As you can see from the screen, we don't have Matt with us today. He's having internet issues, but hopefully he can get them figured out. What we'll do is we'll just have him fade into the background. In our story right now, and I'll play him when we need to. And look at that. We got Jeremy moving up in the world. He's got a green screen like Cliff. We'll call it peer pressure, right? Peer pressure. That's what it is. But there we got, and on the far end, we still have the Luddites. We got Shaun without a social media handle, without a proper computer and a headset. And eventually I'll ship him a mic. And maybe peer pressure will eventually just push on in there, and he'll get up to the rest of the world. But anyways, so we'll go around the table and introduce our characters. Yeah, I hope if I buy him one and ship him one, he'll at least use it then. But anyways,
Doubt it.
so yeah. Uh, so we'll go around the table and we'll let the players introduce themselves and then we'll do a brief recap of what happened last episode because I'm curious of what they took away from last episode because there's one thing in particular I think they don't realize. So, Jeremy, start us off telling the viewers who you play.
Okay, I am playing Levi Roosevelt, the elderly captain of this crazy contraption of a ship. And he likes to shoot things up and work on power armor, which is way cooler than I thought it was in the beginning. But the thing I think you think we forgot is that we we turned one guy over and he killed himself because he killed one of these natives. But Shaun's character did the same thing and is about to try and go on a vision quest with the leader. I
Interesting.
just didn't bring it up last time.
Interesting. All right. Okay. All right. Cliff, tell
Cliff.
us who you're playing.
Uh, I brought it up last time, and I almost wanted to say, "Are you the pot or the kettle?" When you were talking about, yeah, he killed the one. Anyways, I digress. My character's name is Aston Courtney. He is a spoiled socialite, son of a once successful businessman who owns a company that is working with Astra Unum, who's a company that the group works for. And through intertwined fates, we kind of wound up together. I begrudgingly did a job with them. And then through the time that we've spent since then and the months in space and all that jazz, we've kind of grown an awkward friendship with one another. He talks a lot and shoots a lot. And I'm sure there's something in between there, but that's it.
Very cool. Also, where can they find you?
On Twitch, quests and cliffhangers. I do a Dungeons and Dragons 5e stream on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be on episode 32 coming up for this season. And then on Saturdays, I started doing a Savage World while we're all locked in quarantine called Savage Saturdays, and we'll be doing episode 3 of that on Saturday.
That's been pretty good so far. Yeah, and
Thank you.
and they're doing the same kind of stuff where the viewers can give away bennies and that kind of stuff, adventure cards and that kind of stuff, get everybody involved with channel points and that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty cool to watch. And you guys have used chase rules and stuff, which we haven't used yet. Yep. So we'll see how this goes. That might come up. We'll see. So
Chase rules are fun. The players really like it, and I enjoy running it. And I'm interested to see how it's going to turn when they like start having like vehicle chases and shit like that. I think that's going to be really fun.
Yeah, they can be neat. I'll tell you what, though, since we're talking about it briefly, they have gotten better over the years. Because in the early days of Savage Worlds, I'll tell you what, I was not interested when Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, like when I flipped through the book and I saw chase rolls, I almost said, oh, fuck me, not again. Because every edition prior to this one, they have sucked hairy balls. I'm past the minute marker, right? Yeah. Okay, on YouTube. They've sucked hairy balls because they've been terrible every time. But they have, you aren't lying, they have gotten better at doing the chase rolls. So, yeah, it's closer to basically like a counter system, and to basically use like tracking successes to see how far you are apart from each other now. Except they just use cards to essentially like see if it comes with a club to see if there's a complication. You know.
Yeah, I like it. I really like how they incorporate the complications to it, how they simplify. It's just a distance, like everybody is the same distance from one another.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if we do anything like that here, we actually get to do it with intergalactic dogfights, which I don't think I'll ever be able to get into in mine. So
Yeah. I don't know this episode. It depends on what you guys decide to do. If you guys decide to throw a complete wrench in what I have planned, it might be intergalactic dogfights. I don't know. So,
we would never do that to you.
And you may notice also, Cliff, that I have a new command for you in chat that you can type to so you can tag yourself and drop your own link. So in chat.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. So and Shaun, tell us who you're playing.
I'm playing Spencer Witt. He originally started off with the crew as a stowaway because he was on the run from a criminal organization called the Tanu Klava, who was using him for his psychic abilities. So he's been using his psychic abilities for the benefit of the crew up until now, just trying to make himself useful. And they've sort of become work companions, family that he really didn't have. His mother, we don't know. She's been out of the picture. His dad is in witness protection. So because he's underage, he needs somebody to look out for him. So they get to do that. So,
yay.
Yeah.
So
their life is more teenagers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So briefly before we jump into the recap, I want to tell the audience that is viewing how they can help the players. So as you'll see on the screen, on each person's cameras, you'll see a thing that looks like a round token. That is their bennies. All right. So you'll see a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 4 over their heads, and you'll see a 4 over my head, and those are their bennies they currently have at their disposal. That is, it just shows how many bennies each player has to help you keep track of how many each player possesses, and then also each player and GM, and then above the stream chat, you'll see that there's a symbol of like a blue arrow going up. That's player raises essentially, and you can reward the players with raises. Now the raises are separate because the raises are given to them as a total group, and it's not given to one player. So, and yes, you can go past the max. There is really no max on awarding bennies. However, the trick with bennies is that they cannot be carried to the next session. So I wouldn't go crazy with giving bennies. Bennies are always reset at the beginning of the next session. So I would wait to give them to them until it looks like they need them. So players, use them when you need to use them. So. Raises are a good one to give out because they will not reset at the end of the session. So raises are really handy because they basically just punch the players up. They get a success, they can bump it to a raise. Okay, they're really good in things like combat or when they just really want to pump that success up to and get a better result so they can get more detail or something like that. Or if they're in combat, they can just boost their damage to really be brutal. I don't get the raises, but you guys can give me bennies. So I'll be using bennies on them more, and they'll be using bennies in combat more, which means this game will get brutal. Okay, so it'll get bloody. So, all right, combat will be snappy in this Savage World sci-fi universe. So, yep, give the crew. Yeah, it just means because the raises are shared. Yeah, the raises are a shared pool. Yep, doesn't go to one of them; it goes to all of them. So, and they're tracked above the stream chat. Any one of them can pull from the raise pool. This is something I decided to do this game from this point on. So it'll all be shared by everyone. And I think I have it set to where you guys don't have to wait for me to catch these channel points and to accept them. Like you guys can just send them and don't have to wait for me to accept them. So because I use OBS for chat, so if you try to ask for permission to use channel points and I don't accept it, then just let me know in chat. I think they should both be set where they just go straight on through. Okay. All right. So well, look at there. We already got our first one. Bob sent us in. All right, a raise. Very cool. So thank you, Bob. So unfortunately, I had to do all this manually, so because I don't know how to do all that stuff. So if Cliff knows how, he can teach me. But I'll have to do it.
The only advice I can give for this to make it seem like you know what you're doing is: do you have a Stream Deck?
No, I'll get one though. So
I got a Stream Deck, and I have with Streamlabs, I have a bunch of commands set up with an add-on called Infinite Counters. And yeah, so I just have buttons on my Stream Deck. So if someone buys it for someone, I just click on that person's profile, Benny up, then go back. So it all seems kind of fast, and it is all still manual.
Oh, so you do it manually? Well, you seem like you don't. Okay.
Yeah, everything on mine is all manual.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Okay. So we're already getting the raises and stuff thrown in here. Okay. All right. So we already got a raise and we already got a Benny from Harsh Terrain and Bob. Okay. So now the group has a raise they can use and a Benny. Oh, I got a Benny. Look at you. Thank you, Harsh. Oh, she's like, shh. Oh, I don't care. I'll laugh maniacally. They know. All right. So let's get this party started. We are going to... Oh, wrong screen. I'm on the players. Okay, so we're going to reset everything in Fantasy Grounds. Oh, and you can also give the party adventure cards as well. So, unfortunately, I don't have them in the OBS. So, I'll figure out a way to do that later. Oh, ignore the goblin. That was just me testing things with someone else. There, I cleared it out. Okay, so we should be good to go. I think we actually are time for an actual advance, actually, for everyone. So let's go ahead and take care of that, actually. Okay, so does this bring you guys up to veteran?
Will be
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so now everyone is veteran now. So that's an interesting point for everyone. This is out of love. Nice. Tough love. Okay, so we're going to begin the game in, we'll say 2 hours after the events of last session. Actually, we need you guys to do a recap real quick. Real quick recap for people who weren't here. In your best opinion about the events that happened, why don't you tell the audience what occurred in the last session?
Oh, okay. So we started off in the aftermath on an alien planet where there was this giant hairy rhinoceros creature called was it a woolly scoopjaw?
Yes.
Woolly scoopjaw that was beating the shit out of us, and one of the natives of the planet came and just killed it like it was nothing. That's where we started off last week. This tribesman tried to communicate with Spencer, and but there's no commonality in our language, so it was just kind of like he touched his head, touched Spencer's head, and was trying to infer things. The party sort of split up. Half of us wanted to go. Well, my character was bleeding internally and needed medical assistance, and they appeared to want to help in some rudimentary way. But Spencer and Arthur wanted to go check on this spacecraft that we came here for, where the scientists from Ultra Unum basically were. So the party split in the middle of a blizzard on an alien planet. We have no ability to really plan things out well.
But we could still communicate.
We could, but we didn't. We had
That's
the ability.
Key point. We didn't.
So
Shoulda.
Levi and Aston went with the natives. Spencer and Arthur went to the spaceship, but then two of the tribesmen tailed them and then ended up surpassing, getting on the ship, pulling out the scientist. Spencer ended up blasting one of their heads off a tree and killing it. Managed to escape from the other one. I got healed. That was a plus. We ended up reuniting, sharing some harsh words, finding where the tribe's camp was, because Levi was smart enough to give his communicator to the tribe leader. We went back to where the tribe encampment was, made a grand entrance, spoke with them, and basically came to the understanding through a psychic link between Spencer and the leader of the tribe that they both have a psychic connection. This thing on the planet is essentially what gave him this psychic connection, the tribesman, and he wants to take Spencer on like a spirit quest sort of thing. But before we do that, the scientist that was on the ship, the only reason he escaped and made it back to the ship was that he killed one of the tribesmen so he could escape, and the tribe wanted vengeance. So we attempted to have him surrender himself. He declined and shot at Arthur, so I blew his face off. And that's pretty much the abridged version of what happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it, yeah. And I didn't feel any need to narrate anything after, he fell down a 40-foot, hatch ladder to the ground. I thought it was an appropriate end. Okay, so we're going to pick up immediately 2 hours after that. I'm assuming you guys feel the most comfortable in your ship at this point, right? So that just makes sense for your characters. You have the rest of the science team with you because you made the trade. Well, I'm assuming you do, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is Shaun Spencer, are you with them, or did you go back to the tribe with the leader of the shaman, or we're just gonna call him shaman for simplicity? Did you go back with him,
Okay.
like in any desire to learn more from him, or are you with your team? Because the plan was to go out at daybreak, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go probably hang out with him because what I really want to do is try and get a better sense of like where we're going, how long we're going to be there, when we're, that sort of stuff. Because I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, I guess we're just going out into the snow for 6 weeks and we're bringing like 4 days worth of microwavable meals. So because I kind of want to relay that information. So, but I do want to get back to the crew. I don't want to spend like the whole 2 hours because I'd like to rest. I do have a wound. So.
Okay, so you do go see him in the night, at least at some point before the morning comes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then, because it's probably about 2 or 3 a.m. Why don't you make an Actually, I won't do that. So you're going around the camp, and the camp seems uneasy as you're passing through it. It's very obvious that the camp seems uneasy at your presence.
Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll just go to the shaman's tent.
Before you make it to the shaman's tent, before you make it there, some of the tribal warriors kind of they seem aggressive and start to try to like encircle you at one point. If you succeed on a notice roll, you can stop it before it gets to a point where you can't escape. Okay. All right. So you can see them starting to get aggressive in the darkness and in the shadows around you, and you can see their movements, and it's similar to what you've seen on the gangs and the streets and the slums of the space stations and Ilar 4 and those kind of places. When someone's going to encircle someone and beat them down and take their money or drag them away into the darkness and never see them again. It's similar kind of movements and patterns, and you spot it before you're fully enclosed. And what do you do?
How far away am I from the shaman's tent? If he has a tent or a cave or
You're about a couple 100 feet from his tent. It's not a tent, it's a cave, but yeah.
Okay. I am.
You can try to dart around them if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and dart around them, and then immediately use my.
You're gonna use your what?
Power.
Your illusion
My
power?
illusion ability.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just gonna
You're
try
gonna
to
dart past them, then use illusion.
Yeah, because I don't want to just like try and disappear right in front of them.
And are you doing just let's see, illusion? We'll link it in chat for anyone else who wants to watch along with us. Create something from nothing, even if it's not real. Illusion can be used to create a visual scene or replica, most anything the caster can imagine, but it is silent, intangible, and incapable of affecting the real world. For example, illusionary weapons, blah, blah, blah. Illusionary dog. Those who contact an illusion or doubt it's real by making a smart roll as a free action. If successful, that individual is no longer subject to the casting. The GM should make group rolls for extras they point out, blah, blah, blah. Illusions and inconsistencies to each other. The volume of the illusion must fit within a sphere the size of a medium burst template. Okay, so it'll fit within the medium burst template. Will this be strong, or will it have sound?
Well, is there anything in the area? Like, do they just have a lot of trash or debris, or do they have any boxes or anything like that in the area?
No, you're on a cliffside trail. Because as I said, like most of the caves are like pox trails and poxed like caverns along the side of the mountain, and they're like not deep caverns, right? Like they're surface level caverns, and they're just like all leading off of this cliffside trail. So like you're on this narrow cliff trail, right? So maybe about a 15 to 20 foot wide cliff trail. So there's not much on it, just some rocks, loose rocks, that kind of stuff. That like the occasional like tree and snow and that kind of stuff around you.
Okay. So could I just dart into the entrance of one of the caves and then just conceal myself? Basically, is probably what I would try to do.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, what is the illusion though? The illusion that you ran off somewhere, or you ran down the. You ran away or something, maybe?
Well, I was just going to try to like blend in with the wall or something like that. So maybe they just kind of just overlook me as they run by or something to that effect. If I can do that.
The illusion that you're not there?
Yeah, just basically like they look and all they see is I'm part of the wall or something. I'm part of the rock face. Because I don't want to do anything with sound or significant movement or anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess it'll work. All right. You're just going to be very still. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
you'll still have to make a stealth check though, unfortunately, because you're having to not move. Does that make sense? Because you're making them
Mhm.
still look directly at you, like in
Yeah.
the same
Okay.
area as you. Does that make sense? Like
Mhm.
usually with an illusion, you're
Yeah.
making them look at a particular place, and you're getting their attention to
Mhm.
look away, but you're asking them to like stay looking in the same vicinity as you. So, I mean, you're still having to stealth yourself. Um,
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're wanting to do a lot of things. So this is kind of like a multi-action type thing.
Yeah.
This is like a three-way multi-action because you're trying to slip past. You're trying to get past them, stealth and cast illusion. So that's the three-way multi-action. So
Mhm.
all before getting surrounded. So hit that button. That's 3 actions. Hit 1 action until it's up to 3,
Mhm. Okay.
and then first do an athletics roll to get past them before you get closed in on.
Ugh.
Okay, you failed that unless you spent a Benny.
Mm.
If you don't spend a Benny, they're gonna grab you.
Hey, chat. Now's a good time to give bennies to the players.
Yeah. No.
Well, he's got 3, so he's got 4.
Okay. I'll do one more. Unfortunately, my athletics
Increase
sucks.
that chance of getting that critical failure.
Oh,
God,
it's
he's grabbed by the tribals.
progressively getting worse because the bennies.
He's got plenty of the not as young. Bob is like, this is how they work.
Oh yeah, they're all at -5.
That's because you're using
wound.
multi-action penalties, man. And yeah, you got a wound.
Yeah.
Our strain, sorry, not sorry. Nice. Okay, so yeah, okay, so what happens is you like, because you're like, I get this elaborate plan, and then you try to dart away, and one of these people that's hulking and large and sharp teeth because they're used to eating like meat and stuff like that, like looks at you and leers at you and just scoops your ankle up as you try to dart away
Mhm.
and lifts up this 15-year-old boy by his ankles, and it's got you in the air. Like what happens? Do you start just firing off psychic spells? Do we need to go into combat tracker, or do you just accept your fate and see what happens? Do you just yell out over the comms
No,
to
I
the
mean
team, or what?
he's just picking me up.
By your ankles.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just yell over the comms for Eli. Just like, hey man, these guys just surrounded me. I think they're pretty pissed off. Can I get some backup here?
Did you try blasting one of their heads off a tree?
Everybody's like, no.
When he fires up over the comms, you hear like guttural, like in the background. So,
did you let any of us know you were going down there, or did you just kind of slip off on your own?
You know, I mean, I let you know. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go
Okay.
try and find out, information for the group. So I'm not trying to keep it a secret.
Okay.
how many did you use, Benny's? So I can fix it on the stream. 1, 2. Okay, 2. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, if he says that he's in trouble, I'm gonna head down there.
All right. Okay.
Are the ship's guns pointed away from the village or towards
They can be
the
pointed
village?
wherever you want them to be, boss.
They were pointed towards when I was manning them.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go sit down and like aim in a unpopulated spot, but near the group as much as I can, and just sort of warning shot from the ship.
Oh, you actually fire a warning shot? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so pretty much. Okay, so around the ship, there's not many like of these near human like people, right? Because like it's the middle of the night, right? And there's obviously a reason why those near human warriors were out in the middle of the night. Makes you wonder. Okay, and so But as soon as you fire, people start just like piling out of caves, like freaking out, like hooting and hollering, shrieking, screaming. They drop Spencer. Spencer, make a vigor roll for me.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay. You can uncheck the multi-action now.
Oh, me.
Back down on 1. But you're good.
So that's with the raise then, right?
Yeah, it's fine. He just had to get a success. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Well, with the wounds, so
Yeah, it was just to see if you got bumps and bruises, fatigue, as you fell to the ground on your face and rolled slightly down the hill. Okay, so you fall and you roll slightly down the hill, but you do not suffer any bumps and bruises. And so they like scatter back to their caves. Spencer, what do you do now? Now that you've been released from the grasp and they're scattering now.
Okay. Well, if it's several like 100 meters or something to the shaman's,
It's 200 feet up to his cave.
200 feet. Okay.
But you'll be running towards where most of the near human warriors and stuff are running, right? Because that's towards the tribe, right? Towards the caverns, as opposed to towards your allies.
Yeah. How close are the allies?
Further than that away.
Okay. So I'll just go to the shamans.
Okay, so you're running alongside the same people that just try to pick you up and.
I don't know about like full blown sprinting or anything, but if they've scattered, I'm just gonna pick up a jog and like look behind me and make sure they're not chasing me.
Okay. All right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm like, thanks for the help. They kind of scattered.
Well, there might be during this quick encounter attempts of them to try to nab you. Okay. Some of the local tribesmen.
Okay.
Okay, so in what way are you avoiding being nabbed? Describe to me. What skills might you be using to keep yourself safe en route?
So if I can interject, if my character was heading out when this happened, and I found out he's dropped.
Maybe you see up on the top of the cliff. Maybe you saw all that play out in the far distance of your vision. Maybe you can like start rushing there, maybe to try to assist him.
Well, what I'm going to do is, over comms, tell him, like, if you can establish a link with the leader again, try to do that. I'm not sure what limitations you have, but if you've already connected with him once, I don't know if it makes it easier to do that again. I feel like they're purposefully trying to keep you separate from him.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to do the mind link with him.
All right. Okay. Make a sonics roll.
And I'm just going to hold my position from a distance and watch.
So you're just going to stay where you are, Cliff?
Yeah. Because if he got nabbed, I don't want to get nabbed.
I'm just going to...
All right, so you reach out. You find it difficult to find because of how far you are apart, but you do eventually tap out and reach his mind. Are you running towards him while you do it, though?
I'm going to say yes. So athletics or...
Yeah, whatever means you said you were doing to avoid getting nabbed. What was that?
Okay, that's going to be... most likely it's going to be athletics.
Okay. Roll athletics for me. Okay. Ooh, just barely. Okay. Okay, so occasionally we see you slip in the snow. We see occasionally a warrior will try to grab at your feet and slide and roll down the hill, or one might take a swing at you with a stone axe or something like that. Probably happens like maybe once, twice. But you establish a link with him, and he reached out to you with his mind, and you sense a concern. And of course, remember that you're established a link with him, but you don't share the same language. So while we were talking, it's obviously not with words, right? we use words to make exchanges, but that was just for purpose of making it easier. What is it you're trying to say with him?
Basically, your people just, I'm trying to get across to him, like, your people are trying to harm me.
Okay. He says, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
All right. Aston, you're essentially staying where you are and readied.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna keep my connection with him as best I can until he's physically standing next to me.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, eventually he appears like right in front of you, right? Or at least I'll say about 20 feet in front of you as he just like you see his form physically appear, because he has the ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he runs up to you and like grabs you by the shoulder, and he wants to go down the hill. He points down the hill, and he urges you on by striking you on the shoulder.
Okay. I just go whatever way he wants me to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, you guys start running down the hill towards Cliff and his position. Cliff, occasionally you see a couple of, I'll say like at one point you see two soldiers, two tribal warriors run down the hill towards you. They're carrying stone axes in their hands, one hand, and spears in the other. What is your reaction when you see them first coming down the hill towards you?
Initially, I mean, if I have time to do so, my first reaction is going to be to get back on the ship. I'm not trying to start something with them. There's clearly some sort of like tribal feud going on here, and I don't want to get in the middle of this shit.
Yeah, it's obvious that there's no organized attack against the ship, probably because of Levi's fast response and just like blasting at the caverns, right? So this is probably just some ragtag group that just got brave, right?
Yeah.
So you just run back to the ship. Okay.
Yeah. As long as I can make it there, no problem. I'm just gonna get back on the ship and let them throw spears at a giant metallic bird.
Right. Cool. Okay. So you run back to the ship, and when you get back to the cargo ramp, and you see into the distance, you see that Spencer and I'll just go ahead and tell you all his name, just because he'll never communicate it. I'm getting tired of saying shaman. Kothis are coming up behind these two tribal warriors. It looks like they might be confronted with them, and you're about to close that cargo ramp and be inside the ship.
I mean, if I see them coming, what's the distance like between, like, how far away are the tribesmen versus Shaun and the shaman?
They're about 30, 40 feet up ahead of Kothis and Shaun and Spencer.
Okay.
And they're about 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm going to close the cargo door still, but I'm going to stand at the door and basically wait to see if the leader can talk these men down before anything happens, and then if not,
okay,
it is what it is.
Okay. All right. Cool. Interesting. Okay.
Like, Spencer, they haven't done anything to me personally yet, so I'm not really. I'm trying to approach it as level-headed as Aston can.
Right. I understand. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So you see Kothis, Spencer. So Kothis is beside you, and he's kind of like pulling you along by the shoulder. And up ahead of you, you see two of the tribal warriors, and he holds his arm out to you to not take any action against them, and he turns and he has them turn right by putting his hand on their shoulder, and one of them looks very angry at him as he turns. The other appears calm, and he starts speaking in their shared guttural tongue, and one of them is able to calm and starts to back away and like bows his head at him. The other one like gets in a confrontation with him and starts looking at you, right?
Mhm.
And then just starts like hooting and hollering, and it looks like Kothis interjects on your behalf, and Kothis just like raises a spear in your defense as this tribal warrior raised the stone axe to try to bear down on top of you. But so you see like a minor exchange break out between them. So we're going to use quick encounters to resolve this. Any of you can jump into this quick encounter if you want to. Okay?
Okay.
Yep. And if I hear that shit starts to go south, I mean, I'm definitely going to open the cargo door and head out there.
Yeah. And there's probably a computer console in the cargo bay that lets you see out to that area. Cargo. Outside the area around the cargo ramp. I mean, it like makes sense to me, right? So. Trying to find this. Yeah. Much better than showing the ship, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Shaun, in what way are you going to be assisting Kothis in this quick encounter? Or is it just going to be between them two?
I'm going to assist him, and my plan is to use my fear ability because that seems to be pretty effective on these guys.
Well, with quick encounters, you don't have to use powers. You just tell me, like, you're going to use your psionics.
So just doing an assist.
You're just going to use psionics. Well, you
Yeah.
tell me a skill that you're using, and that's the one you're using.
Psionics.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, so Aston, it does definitely look like it's going south, and it does look like Spencer is definitely getting involved, and it is coming to definite blows. Okay, so between one tribal warrior, Kothis, Spencer, so does Aston get involved with it?
Yeah, I mean, if go ahead.
Or no, I was going to say, like, I'm on the comms, letting them know, like, hey, it looks like shit's about to get real down here, guys. So far, I've got one pissed off guy.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you say that, you just start hearing the noises of the bay door opening, and I'm gonna yell over comms like, Levi, they seem to be afraid of that power armor.
I was just gonna shoot into another empty spot of rock near them,
just to try to see if like you can keep more people from joining the scene, or to try to like see if you can modify the scene, maybe.
I was thinking of like an intimidation type of thing, but
like you helping the encounter, like you being involved in the counter, but using the intimidation skill to be part of the quick encounter.
Maybe. I don't actually have that skill, but
well, okay, so we'll use shooting, but since you can't be harmed in it, like you can't actually take a wound, what we'll do is you can support one of the other characters, right? So you can make a support roll to help one of the other characters, because you can't technically take a wound. So what we'll do is you pick another player, and you could support their role. So either Kothis, Spencer, or Cliff, or Aston. So just pick one of them and make your roll first, and you can use shooting for that.
We'll try and support Kothis and see if
that's pretty.
Very cool. Okay. All right. So there are. We need at least 4 successes. Sorry, 3 successes in the scene because there are 3 allied characters in this quick encounter. So we've got Levi giving a raise. You can only get up to +2. So Kothis will get a +2 bonus on his, which is awesome. And he's going to be using fighting. He has a wild card. Wow, you rolled terrible. Rolled terrible. But I didn't get the +2, so that makes it a 4. So he succeeded. He got his success. Okay? So that is a success at least. Okay. Now, Aston, in what way are you helping the scene? Shooting, I'm assuming? Like at the ramp, shooting and firing your gun towards the group, trying to maybe aim at the tribal warrior?
Yeah, I mean that's all I got. I have no other way to assist in this scene.
That's fine. Okay. Make a shooting roll.
You got it. No. Fucking seriously? We're gonna do this right now, huh? All right, there we go. There we go.
Oh my goodness. How many bennies do you use? 1, 2. Woo!
I got 1 left.
Audience is gonna need to win those bennies to you guys. All right. Do you want to use that raise? Well, actually, we can wait till Shaun. See what Shaun gets. So,
I want to use the raise regardless.
Okay. All right. You don't have to roll damage. Oh, I thought you were rolling damage. Okay, so Shaun got a success. So we've got a success. We've got 3 successes. So that is enough to bring down the tribal warrior. So what we see is we see a small scene play out where you guys are going back and forth in a conflict right there at the bottom where everyone is in like this like furious scene that just kind of exploded just out of nowhere as he was having a discussion with one of them, and the other one just raised his stone axe up against Spencer, and then Kothis just raises his spear to defend him, and then there's a quick exchange of blows, and then Aston sees his moment to fire a shot of his impact pistol, and his first 2 shots unfortunately fly wide, but his third is clean and hits the tribal warrior right in the shoulder blade. Levi assists Kothis by blasting a shot from the autocannon right in the dirt and dust in the cliffside trail, leaving a dust explosion 100 feet in the sky. And it starts clouding the vision of the near-human warrior, blinding him just long enough for Kothis just to swing the back of a spear into his face. And then when the tribal warrior opens his eyes and kind of cleans his eyes, Spencer just looks him straight in the face, and you see Spencer's eyes. How does Spencer's fear power look?
He doesn't really do anything with his hands. He just kind of stares intently at somebody. They if it works, God willing, they run away. But he has stuck his hand out in the past with the fear power, but he doesn't have to do anything crazy. And it looks really, really stupid if he fails his check, because then somebody just punches him.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we just see you just kind of looking dead stare at the tribal warrior as he cleans his eyes out, and then we see a look of horror just go over the tribal warrior's face, and then he just drops his spear and his stone axe and just runs back up the hill through the cloud of billowing dust and snow, and both Kothis and Spencer run back up towards the ramp towards you guys.
Okay.
So, Aston, do you allow them to board the Griffin?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Very cool. So now you have allowed the near human shaman to board the vessel with you guys. And so, what do you guys do now?
Close the door behind him.
I think ultimately what I'm going to do is just, thank him for helping me out there. And I guess he's on the ship. Does he need anything to eat or drink? We got to be good hosts. And then start asking him how long we're going to be gone. What do we need to bring?
He says many days. If we still plan to go to that place.
Okay.
Then ask him, like, okay, I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened out there?
He looks confused and startled to you.
I'm gonna put my hand over the wound that he healed and sort of like, Spencer, why were they attacking you?
You know why they were attacking me. So I look at the shop and I'm like, did your warriors tell you why they are upset with me?
Because I did not give you the same justice as the other person. Almost said scientist. He doesn't know what a scientist is, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, I apologize, but they were acting aggressively, and I didn't know, and they couldn't communicate to me what the scientist had done. So,
A life for a life among our people.
right. So,
I'm just sitting there looking impatient while you two are staring at each other, talking mentally, like,
yeah, and like if it's going to be an issue that they're never going to, or if they're going to if it's going to be a constant source of, I don't know, I'm trying to find an easier word than drama, but of anger, we can leave.
Is this place not important to you?
It's very important, but I don't want you to have problems with your people over me.
I think that's already been decided. My people do not forgive easily. A new leader is being chosen.
So what's going to happen to you?
I don't know. I'm going to try to keep my people from being pushed into an age of darkness. The new leader won't be able to do the things. Thank you so much for the raid, D20 TV. Appreciate it so much. We're playing our Savage World sci-fi setting right now. The PCs are trying to convince a near-human shaman of a people to, they're having a conversation with a near-human shaman of a people about just getting kicked out of his own tribe and maybe going to an alien outpost. So right now, thank you so much for joining us. And he says, I want to keep my people from being thrown into an age of darkness. Without me, they will not have an intelligent leader to keep them from being thrown back centuries of evolution. I don't know, he doesn't say evolution, but you get the idea.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Like, okay. Okay. Well, I just kind of have him make himself comfortable. talk to the crew. Basically, like, look, he says they're probably gonna elect a new leader, pick a new leader. But he's gonna try and keep them from devolving, I guess would be the best way to put it. He said we'll be gone for many days. I don't know what that means. I don't think he can properly convey that in mathematical terms. Is there any way we can maintain communications with the ship while we're out? Maybe if we get into trouble, the ship can come meet us somewhere.
Is he still insistent that you walk this journey?
Yeah.
Because we have the ability to just.
Yeah, he seemed pretty insistent. I mean, I can ask him again if he changed his mind.
If there's no fundamental benefit outside of his spiritual reasons for wanting to do this, persuade him to believe that efficiency is going to be better. The faster we can get there, the faster he can work towards saving his tribe.
Okay. So I try to communicate with him and say, this ship can get us there very quickly and we can bring you back and you can have more time with your tribe.
He looks at you and this is not the way, but fine, I'll try. I say try, but I wouldn't. I don't even know how to navigate you from this thing. But I can try.
And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, let's try. And so I tell him, I'll be like, we're gonna try it. It's hard for him to steer us in the right direction, so we may have to fly really low. I don't know. I don't think he has any frame of reference for latitude, longitude.
Work with Arthur. I'm sure he can build some sort of astral projecting map from his mind or something. He does all that stuff. So I'm curious. Ask him how the tribe decides who the leader is.
I mean, we can keep up the back and forth and like ask him, and then he ask him, or we can just like I can just kind of like go out of third person and kind of answer some of these like less complex questions.
Sure.
He says that essentially they don't choose leaders. The gift chooses the leaders. Like whoever receives the gift becomes the leader. And whoever has the gift, whoever gets the gift, whoever has the gift chooses who gets the next gift.
So if you have the gift, how can anybody replace you?
The person with the gift chooses who gets to go next to get the gift.
So don't. So you're trying to give it to Spencer. Okay, interesting.
Well, no, he had never chosen. He hadn't chosen a person yet.
So then how can he be ousted?
Marasonia 7795. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's the problem, right? So they risk going back to their essentially purely Stone Age roots by ousting him out.
We should give him Levi's suit and then challenge whoever wants to be leader to combat.
Combined, with his psychic ability. Fair fight.
Well, this is not my specialty in any way, so I will leave this to you guys. I'm gonna go tend to some things.
So because of Spencer, the current leader isn't going to be leader, and the tribe's throwing away their however long tradition of picking new leaders. Is that what I'm following?
It's very possible, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can make smarts rolls, maybe academics rolls, if you want to maybe come to some conclusions as to why that's happening. I would say, wow, Aston. Okay, so it's very possible. So Aston definitely understands what's happening here. So it's very possible that the person who has the gift now has become so evolved to the point to where there's this schism between the leaders now and the people. There's a schism of how they see the world that's become so divided now that culturally there's this huge gap, right? There's this huge gap. And the people now no longer see him as fit to rule, right? Like he saw fit to show mercy to Spencer because he was so young, right? But they're stuck in their old ways. Like he saw a 15-year-old boy and they saw a person who did a harsh injustice to the tribe. And it's also possible that this had been bubbling up for years, at least among certain key tribal members. But there's just a schism has occurred, through years and decades or even centuries of people receiving the gift, the schism of evolution.
So why can't all of or more of the tribe's people go to the place and get some more gift?
He just tells you that he doesn't know. It's not the way. It's not what ex-Gon decides, is what he says. He literally says it's not what ex-Gon decides.
Ex-Gon?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's that?
Ex-Gon is the one who gives us the gift.
Is that a person like you? Is that a big glowing rectangle? That may be hard to.
He says, "I don't have a." It does. He says it has a voice.
Voice in your head, voice in your ear.
I hear it.
Hey Spencer, did you ever get Devin back up and running?
Well, if I remember correctly, the last thing about Devin was I thought I'd found the file.
You think you have him put together well enough? You just need to put him somewhere to test him. You need somewhere to upload him for testing.
Yeah, my plan was to see if our billionaire friend could sort of take over that, because it may get way more complicated than I can handle. He may have people or be able to point us in the right direction.
I mean, you could always put him on the AI core, but yeah.
I don't think we should do that without confiding in Arthur first.
Well, my whole, or Spencer's entire plan for that was to see if he could get him a body. That's his plan. Not work out.
Like a sleeve, essentially, like altered carbon.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You want me to kill an 11-year-old? That's fine. So you have no way of communicating with right now, though.
I haven't tried it.
Because I'm curious if he can remember when Devin communicated with the cube, if he can recall any of the words or anything that he said. He couldn't understand them, but any of the phrases, sounds, and if that is similar to what this ex-Gon voice is, just so we could put pieces together.
Interesting.
How do you spell the shaman's name?
Shaman?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't spell it, so I don't know if it's important, but sure, I'll help you out.
It's important because I just take notes of everything.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've ever looked in my notes, but
Yeah, I
I
have.
take notes of fucking everything.
I have. I mean, technically, that's what he calls him. That's what he's called. I'm sorry, Karthus the Burnt. My bad.
All right. Well. All right. So we have to figure out how to navigate to this place.
And
Figure
the other
out-
name of the other guy was Ixgon.
So all these scientists that we've saved, did they have any idea where the alien artifact is? Because that's assumedly, I'm assuming the thing Karthus is talking about is the same thing they're trying to find. So
I mean, it's just narrowed down to be in that
just in
that
the
circle.
region. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I know it's not much help. Which is like hundreds of square miles.
Yeah.
And you guys can escort him to the bridge, and he can try to navigate you guys, right?
Well, that was going to be the next step. Was bringing him to the map.
Okay.
The cool blue thing in the middle of the bridge.
Right.
That I assume is a map and television
Well,
screen type thing.
and I mean, the other thing we could maybe ask. The one thing we might be able to ask is if there's any like defining terrain features.
Yeah.
Maybe we would search for those.
Okay. And we don't have to get into that as far as like in the story. We just need to know that like he's trying to give you that information so you guys can get there. Okay. And then we need Jeremy to, unfortunately, because of the weather conditions, to try to pilot there.
Yeah.
Which is yay. Okay.
Hey, I should read my adventure card.
Good
Yeah,
call.
adventure cards. Let's check out those adventure cards actually while we're talking about it.
I need that Deus Ex Machina card of we immediately get to our destination.
Is there
Also,
one of those?
I don't know. Bob did buy me a Benny though.
Way at the beginning. Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh. Thank you for pointing that out. Appreciate that, Bob. I will
Bob has a
give you.
website. No, I don't. I'm not going to be any help with the adventure card.
And thank you for
Well,
helping me out with that.
Actually, maybe I will, but not right now.
Well, here's a piloting roll. There we go.
Okay, that is more than enough. Okay. I'm just looking at you guys' jokers real quick. I like combat-oriented ones. Oh, except for Aston.
One combat related, one kind of get out of jail free card.
I think Aston may need some adventure cards, chat. Okay. Now. So it's not an issue Levi getting there, right? It's an issue of getting good directions. So you guys are heading in the direction that he's trying his best to give you, which which Spencer, you and Arthur are nearby, trying to translate the map to him, and you're trying to communicate to Kothis what Arthur is saying, right? Which you're having difficulty doing because Arthur doesn't speak down to Kothis's level, right? And then you're having to translate it back. But you're pulling it off, right? And anyway, so you guys are flying there, and you're flying low, unfortunately, because that's the only way he can really read, because he's having to like walk back and forth between the map and the bridge, because oftentimes he's getting confused looking at the map and the way it looks there, and looking at it from the actual cockpit, right?
Mhm.
He needs to look at it from how it looks from the cameras from outside. You know, like, because it looks like the way it would look from a mountaintop. You know, because it's so confusing to him. Imagine if you'd never been out to space before, you know, or
Yeah.
never seen anything like a map like that. So you guys are doing this, and you feel like you've made progress, right? You feel like maybe he's confident that he's going in the right direction because he's giving reassuring body language and this kind of stuff at one point. But there is some times though throughout the process where he's had to like turn Levi and like double back and that kind of stuff. But eventually you get to the point to where you're feeling reassured by his body language. And then unfortunately at one point though, guys, where is we know where Levi is, and we know where Spencer is, and we know where Arthur is. But I need to know where Aston is.
Aston's gonna be in his room. Like, this is all. I realize what's going on, and I realize that I could be no further help in this situation. So I'm gonna retire to my quarters.
Aston, why don't you tell me then where? Because they've been busy with the shaman, and why don't you tell me what you guys did with the scientist? I'm sure some of them may be receiving medical attention, but when they're not cycling out for medical attention, where are the scientists maybe staying?
That's actually what I was going to ask. As far as we didn't really discuss what we were doing with them, so I don't know if.
I guess ask the captain. I guess then.
Yeah. So did we have them on the ship, or did we just basically give them like free clearance to head back to their ship?
Well, I mean, if they wanted to do that, sure. But I didn't think their ship was flyable right now.
It's not flyable without repairs.
Yeah. And so there probably was a, hey, this guy thinks he knows, or I think this tribal guy wants to take us to the alien artifact. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Either way, you're welcome on the ship. We're going to go see what this thing is. If they wanted to get off and go to their ship, cool. Otherwise, stay out of my room and don't take the shuttle unless it's an emergency kind of a thing.
Okay. All right.
And we got a couple of spare bunks maybe?
Yeah.
And then they could probably convert part of the that front dining room area.
That's a good point then. Okay.
All
right. Interesting. Okay, cool. Maybe that's what we see then. Maybe they're... Okay. So, all right. So you, Aston, are in your personal quarters when you hear a sound like outside your quarters, but it sounds more metallic, almost like... Well, you can't hear it.
Someone trying to sneak around, or someone knocking on the door.
Sounds maybe like a knife tapping the floor of the ship.
A knife tapping the floor. Interesting. Okay. Can I pick up on like where I think it may be coming from, or if I recognize any pattern in it or anything like that?
Do you listen at your door?
Yeah, these are metallic doors, right?
Okay. You're going to have penalties because you're listening at metallic doors, so that'll be so that you won't get a raise on this. We do
Okay.
have a run raise in the bank if you want to use it, but
No. I'm good with just a
yeah.
success.
Yeah, it sounds whatever it sounds like. It sounds like there's multiple sources, and it sounds like something walking.
Like something walking. Okay. And can I discern if it sounds like it's getting closer, further away, or indeterminable?
Sounds like it was passing by your room.
Um, I'd hop on comms and be like, "Is everybody with you up there, Levi?"
The scientists aren't, but these other people are. Name the people that are up here.
Okay,
Why?
because I'm hearing a weird metallic tapping sound. It sounded like it passed by the room here, so. And you're gonna hear the door opening as I'm sighing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna draw my pistol and walk out there cautiously.
Okay. All right.
And kind of face the direction that it sounded like the noise moved to.
Yep. Okay. Let me see if I can. I don't know why I can't. Oh, there we go. That did it. Okay. See if I can fix this map grid a little bit. For some reason, it's off by a ton. Like a whole lot. I wish this map didn't even have a grid. That way I could just use. That way I wouldn't have to use. I could just use hexes. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to match it. Okay. All right. So you head out through there, and unfortunately, this encounter didn't happen where I wanted it to. But so I'll have to put the pieces down there. But believe it or not, it can still happen, which is weird. Crazy that it can still happen. But it can. Because it's a fucked
The will
up
of the
scene.
DM.
Well, it's a fucked up scene. It's a fucked up scene. If you understood the context of the scene, it's fucking weird. Okay. Now, you come out the door, and 15 feet from you, there is a wolf that's made out of fucking metal. And it turns and looks at you. And as you come out the door, and its eyes are glowing bright. And the door was actually sliding open. Like as if to let it through and pass on to the next section. Which is effed up. That it's just being allowed to free roam through your ship. Okay? Now, it's being, and it just turns to look at you, Aston. And so, let me add these guys into the scene.
Spencer was on the spirit quest.
Apparently, you all are smoking the Spirit Quest stuff.
I don't think it was that high. Shit. No. Me no likey.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's pretty effed up.
A little bit. It's all right. When in doubt, cower to your bedroom. Hiding under the bed has never failed anybody.
Well, I have to share them all apparently when I share the first one. Okay. Well, unfortunately, you guys know how many are there, but I'm not putting them on the map until you guys see them.
Joke's on you. I don't keep the combat tracker open.
Okay, so for the chat and the viewers, down here, Aston is coming face to face with a cyber wolf. Now, none of them are aware it's happening, so that's a good thing. So they didn't expect him to be there, and he didn't expect it to be there. So there is no surprise. I mean, he hasn't communicated to anyone else yet, so I think we just start with Aston, and everybody else be on hold, and he can get a chance to communicate everything to everybody else. So, all right.
How do you want this to play out? If I see a fucking wolf that's made of metal, and look at me, I'm
probably
diving
shoot
back
it
in my room.
Okay, so you just go back to your room.
I don't blame you. In my room, I'm shutting the door, and I'm saying, "There's a fucking wolf on board."
Your door shuts, and the wolf goes, but it has like this auto-tune like sound behind its growl.
I thought you were the one who closed the door. What'd you let a wolf on for?
No. Don't bring this on me. This is either the scientists or the tribesmen, or Arthur has a pet he didn't tell us about. And I really, really, really fucking hope it's the latter. So, bring guns? Is this thing making any sort of advancement on my door, or anything like that, or am I just hearing it growling?
Is the door shuts, and it's on hold, so it'll take its actions if no one else takes its actions. So what it does is it just kind of it comes off of hold and runs over to your door, and you run back into your room. It runs over to the door, and the door swishes open. And it just comes in and just starts mauling at you.
But why?
Oh my goodness, I rolled a 6 and a 6 on damage.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and Benny that. To attempt to soak. Do you have to approve it first, or do I just drag it over wound?
Okay, so Benny, you just spin the Benny, and then that lets you roll a Vega roll.
Right, do you have to apply the wound first, or no?
Oh, okay. No, the soak is done before the applying.
Okay, cool. It makes it easy.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so you soaked it. Great. And you're not even shaking. Sweet. Okay, so you dive back at the very last moment and just clips a bit of your flesh.
Okay.
All right, so what about you guys? You guys hear in the comms that it sounds like he's just been attacked by a wolf.
Yeah.
Levi, do you in any way corroborate his story by pulling up the cameras on his? Well, he probably doesn't have cameras on his passenger quarters, but you can pull up the cameras in the main area between your passenger quarters, maybe.
Yeah, I would want to do that. I'm still flying, right? We're in transit.
Yeah,
okay.
We're in transit. But I mean, you could do that kind of simple multitasking.
No, yeah, it's the difference between that and jumping up and running down there or something.
Right. Well, you guys do have an AI core. You can just tell it to keep going straight. No, or you could bring the ship to land. Yeah.
No, I would bring up the camera, to see what the hell's going on, and then start flip the comms on to everybody and be like, assuming I see it on the camera, like, there's a metal wolf on board. Everybody.
You don't see it.
Oh, I don't see it on the
Nope.
camera. Cool. Aston, what are you talking about? Are you okay?
You're crazy.
Dang it, Arthur's not here. I can't. Oh,
Like,
When,
Have
when
you ever
he's-
known me to play a fucking prank?
I'm like, okay. Like when I see Levi's just struggling with piloting and everything, and he's just getting overwhelmed. I'm like, all right, I'll fucking go look into it. I'm like, whatever.
ask your new buddy if they have metal wolves here, or no, he just said wolves. If they have like unusually smart wolves here or something aggressive.
I'm like, there's nothing on the camera. And so I'm just gonna like jog over there. I don't hear anything like sounds of combat or anything. Okay.
Okay, so you're heading down. You're heading down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fully intent.
You're heading down the stairs. Do. Okay, and so you come down to the deck down here. And you come out here. And you see a wolf there.
Oh. Okay.
And it looks like it's just wandering around the ship looking for people.
Okay, it doesn't see.
Actually,
me,
I'll put another one out there because that's fun.
It doesn't see me.
You made a notice roll. No, actually, you see it just easily.
It doesn't see me.
You weren't making a stealth roll, and you're running down metal graded stairs. So,
Yeah.
You were making.
you
the
said,
drinky
and you
drinky
specifically said,
sign.
"I'm jogging." So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
it turns and sees you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's a wolf. So, yeah, it hears you jogging down the stairs and turns and looks and sees you. Yeah.
Okay, if it sees me, I'm like, Levi! Holy shit, there's wolves on. Oh
So you
God.
shout. You shout. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
Well, I mean, he saw that. He's not gonna just be like. I mean, it saw him. We're in combat.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Spencer went. All right. Well, you actually get a chance to act. All you did was walk. I mean, you jogged down the stairs with your pace,
Okay.
and then now you can do an action. Speaking is not an action.
Okay. Let me see here. I don't think fear is going to work on them. I am going to bolt the hell out of this thing. So. Holy Jesus.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Blammo.
Okay, you would have had to move up to there, not take
Oh, okay.
penalties. Well, you would have taken, even with penalties, you would have hit him. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. All right, so hit with raise. Nice. Okay. Roll damage.
Okay.
It'll automatically add the boost die.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. They're it is gone.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think you
You
can change
bleed.
the. You can change the. Actually, you can change that image, can't you?
Yeah, you can. I was fucking around with that the other day. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the rest of them will be oil now. Hopefully. Okay. Now, I think Arthur would probably stay up at the bridge trying to help. And he'd probably be telling Jeremy, Levi, what do you want us to do?
So if I get an action for this one, I have a bad idea I would like to execute, but I would just be telling Arthur to keep this, I don't know, safe, because the plan is to turn on everybody's magnetic boots and do an upside, something that makes the ship go upside down. And I'm assuming these are regular wolves, not magic metal wolves that are opening our doors.
Okay. All right. Okay. And you're basically going to toss them around, hopefully.
That's the plan.
Okay. Interesting.
That's my bad idea, at least.
No, it's a neat idea. Okay.
And if I need to spend a Benny to have the scientists have put on the magnetic boots when they came on board or something, I would rather know that the scientists are not going to get
spin the Benny.
chucked around.
Yeah, spin the Benny. Yeah. Unfortunately, we did kind of check in with you though, and you checked the cameras and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that next round.
Okay. So we'll just start the next turn over. Start the next turn. We'll take everybody off hold and we'll start the next turn.
Oh, fucking lovely.
Okay. They may get taken down by the sweet moves of the Levi, but they're going to do some damage first. Okay, so first, Aston. The one biting you. Let me check something on him real quick, because I have an ability that might come in handy here. Yep, okay. I need to check for it. Yep, hit with a raise because your parry is not good. Because you're not used to getting melee, you know. This kind of game doesn't really get in melee until the last couple sessions. Okay. Soaked it all again.
Yep, but I'm out of bennies.
Out of bennies. So anybody in chat, he could really use your help. Let me change that on the on the Benny counters on the screen. He is out of bennies. Aston is completely dry of bennies.
Out of bennies, but full of health.
Yep, full of health. Full of health. Okay. And we'll check in back in with Chroma Wolf 3, who is near Shaun. He has a pace of 10. So he is right up on top of Shaun. Because they're wolves. And he is going to charge right up on top of you. And I'm gonna spend a GM Benny. I'm gonna try to make this into a raise.
Great.
Oof.
There we go. 2 wounds on Spencer.
Shane's had enough of our shit.
I think Levi's about to do the move for the ages to try to kill them all. So,
if it works.
okay, Spencer. You can try to soak it if you want.
Yeah. Do I have to spend a penny to soak it, or?
Yes. You can take the beanie and drag it straight onto your vigor, and it will. Is that Aston? Is that how you were doing that?
Just drag it right over wounds.
Oh,
Like over
okay.
the
There you
3
go.
empty wound holes. Yep.
Yep, and that's how you tell it to spend it on a soak, or you can just roll the vigor and spin the beanie, and I'll do it manually.
And
if
you apply the wound and you drag it over it, it'll automatically remove it too. If you succeed.
Oh, it didn't do it right. Okay, so it changed the damage for some reason when I tried to do it manually for him. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so you're still gonna take 1 wound, and you'll still be shaken. All right.
Shaken? Yeah, shaken. Okay.
Yep.
I just clicked on it. So I have 3 wounds.
You have 1 wound.
Okay.
Wait, are you taking off wounds manually? You shouldn't be doing anything manually. I'll automatically apply it.
Oh, okay.
You had 1 wound before, right?
Yeah, I had 1, and then
okay, cool. But now you should be down to 1 beanie. So, so yeah, some people in the chat. He is low. Okay, so, and who we got left? You haven't found the rest of the wolves yet.
You mean they haven't found us yet?
That's probably a better way to say it. Yeah. I'll go ahead and put some of them out there, actually, so you know what they're doing. I'll put that one out there because he's doing something pertinent. The rest you don't know what they're doing. That one's literally mauling a scientist. Kothis the Unburnt, he's still navigating the ship, and he's looking at Arthur with confusion. Like, what's happening on the ship? Because no one's communicating to him what's happening on the ship. So he's still just trying to do his best to navigate everyone. But he's really concerned about what's happening. Aston, here's your chance, man. What do you do? I mean, it is a wolf, right? So you could maybe athletics over him with like a tumble if you wanted to get out of your room. But obviously you'll still get an attack on you. Or you could just fire at him.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I missed, but at this point I already had the weapon out. If I'm getting mauled, my first instinct is going to be
shoot.
Defend myself.
And don't forget, you can use the what's it called 3-round burst on that weapon, which gives you a +1 to shooting rolls. When you're firing all 3 weapons at the same time, 3 bullets at the same time.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yep.
The 3RB feature. It only gives you a +1, so it wouldn't have helped you then, but it's something to think about.
Wait, never mind. How the fuck am I still encumbered? But I know I am.
Because you decided to keep that penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what am I carrying that's not essential? Because this shit, if I live, it's gotta go. wait. So to be fair, would I still be in my winter gear?
If you don't want to, yeah, you can say you stripped it off once you got on the ship.
Would that make me not encumbered? If so, let me see. No, I'd still be encumbered. It don't fucking matter. Okay, we're good.
All right. Okay, so Spencer is still shaken, unfortunately. So Spencer, you can attempt to try to flee from the wolf, but you might trigger an attack from the wolf. Levi might save all of you with his stunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like leaning back and trying to like get it effectively.
So you're basically like on the stairs, like leaning back on the stairs on like one knee, like desperately clinging for life to try to escape from the wolf. Yeah, I mean like most 15-year-olds would be.
Yeah, I'm totally flailing and like screaming like a girl. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll just go down to Levi then. Levi, what's your plan here? You're gonna basically just barrel roll this son of a bitch?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at Arthur to hold on to Cothic or Cothic, Cothis, because I don't think he has the boots. But yeah, and then just try and do whatever the opposite of whatever they tell you to do as far as safe landing type stuff and
Okay.
hard left, upside down, etc.
Okay. Are you just gonna keep spinning, or are we just gonna do like one spin, or is this like you're gonna basically put the players through like a salad like spinner?
Let's not do that. Just a good big enough up and down that I think I would slam somebody into the ceiling and then into the floor again and then level off.
Yeah, it might give them a
Something
chance to at least break away from like melee and maybe get inside their rooms and lock the doors maybe or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
They open doors. It don't matter.
Well, it takes an action to like punch in and lock a door, right? So, but yeah, okay, cool. All right, so, okay. Okay, so that make a pilot roll, no penalty. It's a basic maneuver. It's just doing it and not crashing the ship. Okay,
Woo.
you did it. Now everyone, you guys still have to make the athletics check, but you guys get a +2. Well, I'll say it's no penalty for you. Okay, the athletics check, but you guys will only suffer fatigue because you guys are still clamped to the floor, right? You're only going to take a little bit of bruising, right, from being bumped around if you guys go through this mixer. However, the wolves are going to get thrown around like crazy. Now, the wolves, I'm just going to do it as I want to do them individually because I think that's the fair way to do it. So,
You want us to do an athletic check?
actually, I'm thinking, yeah, I think athletics is probably best, yes. Because you're holding on to things.
Thank the Lord.
And the whole team is very athletic.
And you guys knew he was going to do it, so that's like appropriate. They're not even seeing it coming, and they're quadrupedal creatures. They're just going to get the Vega roll to take a wound, and that's it. Oh my, that's a lot of failures. Okay, so what happens is right in front of you, Aston and Spencer, you guys see the wolf like get thrown up into the ceiling above you, which is more grating and stairs. And then he hits the ground and rolls back down to the bottom of the stairs. And you see like metal chunks get ripped off as he slides against the top of the grating above and gets hurled to the ground. And then you see oil spilling everywhere, and you see a piece of his like glowing red eye just like tossed against the floor. And Aston, you see like he's right in that middle of that doorway, right? And you see him just get hurled up. And you see like an explosion of like electricity and voltage and stuff like that. And it like sparks your door frame there. And then he just like hits the ground, and then he just stops wiggling after a split second. And you managed to hold on to your computer desk as all this transpired. And let's see, what about Levi? He saw it coming. I need Spencer's athletics roll.
Okay.
Okay. Spencer, I need you to make a vigor roll, please. Okay, you're good. All right. And Kothis. Yeah, Arthur's not very good at holding me down. Because Arthur's not good at that. Arthur's never been good at that kind of thing. We know this.
Arthur's not athletic. What?
No, yeah, well, yeah, I know, right? Crazy, right? Crazy, right? But Kothis manages to keep it together. So, Spencer, not only are you wounded twice over, but now you're also fatigued. Oh, no, you didn't. You actually made it. Yeah, sorry, my bad. All right, you're good. Got ahead of myself. Yeah, so you guys are good. However, so everything looks good. Everything looks kosher, guys. The two wolves that you guys were facing are good. They're taken care of.
I'm gonna.
Is everybody okay, including the scientists? I'm asking over comms.
The scientists say, we're okay. Two of them speak up and say, we're okay. You don't hear a response from one of them.
I'm just like sitting there shaking, literally.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I'm
Shaun,
sitting there trying.
Shaun, you hear.
Like I hear some tapping.
You're saying that over comms?
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell back. That's what I heard before the wolf attacked. Find some place to hide. And Levi, there's more.
If I'm shaken, I can still move, right? That's all I can do, though, right?
You can make a spirit roll. We're really out of combat right now.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and remove the shaken result from you because
Okay.
like I said, we're out of combat.
Okay.
Nothing's like rushing towards you right now. It's just something is
Okay.
near you.
Okay. I'm going to try to run up the stairs then.
You try to run up the stairs? Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as soon as you start making noise, you
Okay.
hear the whoosh of the kitchen doors.
Your favorite doors in the whole ship.
Could have done anything else.
Well,
You
he
could have tried
hasn't
to
put
stealth. You could have tried to. You try to run up the stairs. The doors whoosh
I'm trying to
open.
run back.
What do
to
you
the
do?
cockpit.
Your action. What do you do? You're running up the stairs. You declare that you were running, so you're taking the run
Mhm.
action.
Yeah. So, well, my intent is to run to the cockpit.
Yeah. So the running action. So you make it 6. You rolled poorly on your pace,
Okay.
so you only make pace of 6. So you make it back up to the cop. You make it back up. Let's see, 1. Oh, just the cockpit? Oh, you do get up the cockpit for sure.
Okay.
You can make it up to there for sure. Right up behind Levi. Pretty much. And yeah, they're gonna follow suit. And they have a
Okay.
pace of 10. So they can be. That's 6. Oh, geez. Yeah, they're right after you, so they go here and here. So they burst up the stairs, running right up into the cockpit. The doors whooshing open. The telemetry center open up, and there they are, right behind you, Spencer. Here it goes.
Oof.
I need to change my beanies. Tracker. I don't have that many. I only have 3 beanies. You are shaken.
Mm-hmm.
And Wolf 8 will attack Arthur. Why does he keep ganging up? But
Because it thinks Crothis is not on our side.
Oh, there we go.
Crothis.
Well, he still hit. Fixed it, though. So now Arthur's shaking. Okay. All right. Aston.
Can Arthur attempt to use his Benny to remove the shaken status?
Yeah, he can spend his Benny, sure. And yeah, we'll say he removes his Benny and he spends his Benny and he's not shaking anymore. That's easy enough.
All right, I am going to spend my action. Well, I guess it's up to you if I can do this, but basically to shed all of my unnecessary gear. Because I'm still equipped with the winter boots, the winter gear, EVA helmet, EVA suit.
Well, we can just say that you didn't have that. I mean, it makes sense that you wouldn't have.
All right. In that case, then I am going to. How far away am I?
Because that would take way more than an action to shed all that stuff.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have to be one fast son of a bitch to shed all that stuff in like 6 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to run to the hatch, and then climb up to where everything is. Well, I'm assuming that I know at this point. Did you put
sunglasses on that 20-sided dice in chat?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Yeah. One of the chat point options you can do is to modify an emote.
But you can put
sunglasses
sunglasses
black
on
and white. I put the sunglasses on it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So let's see how well this plays out. Probably not well.
And you're okay. So you're moving 9 paces, and your goal is to run up the stairs.
3, 4, 6, 7, 8 takes me there. What happened?
Sorry, go ahead and do it again. I think I messed up.
8 takes me right to the hatch.
Uh-huh.
So I'm assuming 9 would be up to the top.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. So I'm at the top, and that would be that's considered the action if you actually run, right?
Running is not an action. It's a totally separate thing. It incurs a -2 penalty like a multi-action penalty, but you can run and take 3 actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so my idea would be to climb to the top of this, and before I open the door into the actual area would be to try to listen through to see if I could figure out where everybody is positioned.
Okay. You can tell a fight's going on without a notice roll, but a notice roll would tell you exactly where everyone is. So that will make it an action because a roll is being done.
Yep. So with the -2 then?
It will take a running, but are you hold on before you roll. Yep. If you're planning on shooting anyone too, that's going to be a multi-action.
Well, no. It's going to be
just listening.
Yeah, just listening.
Just listening. Okay. Make the notice roll.
Okay. And I did it with the -2 since how I already ran.
Yep. Yeah, it should automatically. Oh, didn't automatically do it. Interesting. I guess they don't see notice as an action, but I do. So, okay. All right.
So I want to get an idea of where everything is because
you can tell that there is one wolf like right in front of you, maybe, and you can tell from the violence that because Arthur still sounds like he doesn't like fighting. You know that kind of sound is right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's probably more like he's attacking Arthur, right?
Yeah, Arthur crying. Yeah, I'm used to it.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
Then yeah, so I mean, if I know that there's something right outside the door, I'm not gonna just burst open the door, John McClane style and shit, you know?
Yeah. So Arthur is going to. I mean, he's going to try to use the stunner. I mean, he doesn't really have other actions. Actually, he has a riot staff, but he's terrible with it. He's going to do it.
I mean, yeah, I would see him doing
he's
that.
He's bad with a stunner and his riot staff. So
it's a robot. He has something that does electric. I would see him doing that for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds brainy. And then he'd try to explain it to us like an engineer of why he's doing it.
Well, I don't know why I rolled so many. Okay, the first one didn't even go to it. But it did hit. All right. All right, so it's unharmed on damage. Let me see the stun effect. After the target is hit by the weapon, resolve damage. If the victim must make a vigor roll. Yep, the victim must make a vigor roll. Okay, got it. Oh, unfortunately, it does not stun the wolf. Bummer. If so, he hits the wolf with the right staff and it sends an electrical shock through it, but it does not stun it, unfortunately. Okay, and I think we were supposed to have Levi stuff go. Yeah, Levi.
Okay.
You should have been on hold that scene. So go ahead.
I want to.
And Spencer. No, Spencer went. Yeah, just you.
So I don't know how many actions this would require, but hitting autopilot, unbuckling a belt, getting up, and pulling the weapon and trying to shoot the wolf that's on Spencer.
You can tell you can shout at the AI core. That's the advantage of an AI core. Just okay. Shout and say, "Griffin, take over," and the ship will do that. We have played it very loosely with drawing weapons in the past. I want to do better about it. I believe drawing weapons is supposed to be an action. I want to be more consistent about it. Yeah, we played it very loosely in the past. I want to do better about it, but it is actually supposed to be an action. So, but however, we haven't been consistent this session, so we will continue to be inconsistent this session. So, because like Cliff didn't do an action earlier, so we will continue to be inconsistent for the rest of this session. So, all right,
to be fair,
y'all,
I always
have a good night.
My weapon before we engage in combat.
Yeah.
So then I'm just going to shoot.
Yep.
One of the pistols. Laser. Pew pew. Oh, I'm supposed to target. Sorry, I've forgotten already.
Yeah, that would be Chrome Wolf 7. Just move that result over to it. There you go. Hit. Why has it got a defensive 7 against that? Defensive 6 against that.
It thinks I'm in melee with it? Because it's saying a parry.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay, well, make sure you hit the boost damage button.
Okay. That and this and there.
There you go. All right. Sweet. Which weapon did you use?
The laser pistol.
Sweet. So we see the laser like blast out a hard beam of energy, ripping through it, cauterizing metal and melting metal and oil and that kind of stuff, and fusing it all together and right through the midsection of the like between the neck and the head and that kind of thing like that. And then we see it just kind of fall limply to the ground. And yeah, it did oil this time. Good deal. So awesome stuff. And what do we get next? Okay, so that was the last person. So we'll start back at the top of the round. Chroma Wolf 8 will get an attack on Arthur. I'm not going to spend a GM Benny on attacking a player that's not there. So that's just not the way. That's just not cool. Just shaking. Okay. He is going to, I'm just going to go and plot, and he'll just spend his Benny to remove it, probably. All right. Now, Kotha sees what's happening in this room now, right? He sees this wolf here. And he's going to try to use a power now. Actually, no. He's not going to use a power. He's just going to jump in there and try to help Arthur with fighting. So he's going to use his spear to attack. GM Benny on this one. I have one too many Bennies. I don't know why. I spent 2 there. Much better. Wow. A whopping 4 damage. Yeah, Kotha swings a spear at it, but it doesn't find anything meaty. Spencer, what do you do? You are still shaken. You can spend a Benny if you have one. You have 1 Benny to remove a shaken result.
Hey, I don't know if Fantasy Grounds will handle it, but I have the command and the other part of that edge now, so that he would get a +1 to your trying to get unshaken roll because you're near me.
Interesting. There may be a way to code that in, but I don't know if it would do that. But you can also just
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up.
It wouldn't do it. It wouldn't help him here at that moment on that one roll. But we can just kind of keep it in mind because he got a roll of 1 on that one.
Yep.
But there's probably a way we can code it in somehow. I don't know.
Command wouldn't work with that though.
Yeah, it does. So I have command and the natural leader.
The upgrade. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm happy that we got the extra raise.
Yeah,
Nice.
for sure. I gotcha. Yeah, I just had this discussion with a player before. Like, command doesn't let you do it to other wild cards, only extras.
Yeah, the previous iterations of Savage World, it did work on wild cards from the start.
So Spencer, do you want to spend a Benny on removing your shaken, or do you want to just like keep just stay where you're at or move?
Yeah, so I'm not going to waste my last Benny. So what Spencer's doing right now is he's going like full post-traumatic stress, and he's trying to like he's like shaking, and he's trying to like crawl behind that chair that's in front of him and use it for cover. And he's just kind of like freaking out because he just doesn't understand how these things are on the ship. Like he thought he was safe, and now he's not. He's just freaking out.
Very cool.
Yeah, shit got very weird very quickly. So he's kind of confused.
think I have. Why did my beanies get messed up?
Remember, someone
have
bought you
two.
one, so you
Yeah.
had one more.
I think I didn't use one in Fantasy Grounds. Well, I should have. I should get 2, I think. All right. Okay, so Spencer does that. Aston, the door is shut. The hatch.
If I am successful with a stealth roll, can I get a drop on this thing?
Yes, you can. However,
Okay.
you'll take the multi-action penalty, but the bonus to damage will be well worth it.
Yeah, for sure. So let's give that a try. I don't think it's going to do it, but I'll manually do it if it doesn't. But let's see. Stealth.
Don't forget your encumbrance penalties, unfortunately.
Oh, no. We
Oh,
took
you
those
managed
off,
to get it down? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
All right. So 6 on stealth, good?
That's pretty good, yeah. I mean, that's pretty
Okay.
good. I mean, he'll get his notice roll for within the get the drop distance. It's automatic. Everyone gets it.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to do that before I shoot, or just shoot?
Yeah, he'll get it for sure. Yeah. So let's do that real quick.
Sure.
Essentially, as soon as the doors whoosh open. Ooh. Okay, so I'm just going to warn you. They really have a really high notice
Okay.
because they're
That's fine.
wolves. So, do you want a Benny or you want to keep it?
I don't have a Benny to do, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay, that's true. Good point. You could spend the raise that Stream Chat gave you, which will make it a 10.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Wow. Well, you didn't need to.
Perfect.
So get the drop. I'm going to apply the condition to you.
Okay.
You don't have to apply the condition, but I mean, I've never applied it before. I thought it would be fun to. There should be a get the drop condition, I believe. Yep, here we go.
Nice.
Oh, no. Yeah, there it is. It's under the, by the way. The drop. I thought the would be gone. The drop. So now you'll do +4 attack and +4 damage.
Nice. All right. So let's hope I don't fuck this up. And I get a +4.
Wait, it didn't. Hold on, don't do it yet.
Yep.
I think you're supposed to deal with the drop on the opponent, not you.
Oh, nice. So that'd actually be a 10 then. Cool.
Okay. Now that makes it a 10. Now roll the damage.
Do I got to hit the
Nope.
raise die?
Nope. I manually changed the attack.
Cool. Okay. Thank you. Let's see what she does.
Yep, it did it. So you apply it to the target, not the you.
Perfect.
Nice. Okay, so you fire. So you whoosh open the doors, and one well-placed shot hits the wolf in his eye, and the eye socket just pops clean free, and then just one quick second shot just right in the metallic brain of the creature, and you see an explosion of oil, and the wolf is dead. Oh, it's cool. There's a variation in oil. Awesome.
Yeah, the blood actually has variations too. There's
cool.
like 3 or 4 different blood spats.
Very cool. All right. So you guys have taken out these wolves. I'll tell you what, guys. There was 8 of them when he started. It was bad. It was bad fight. So.
All because of Levi's quick thinking.
Yeah, it was gonna be bad. When you guys first started getting mauled by him, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. Levi got you out of the jam though. So.
I was hoping we were
Spencer.
going to get to play the Boy Who Cried Wolf thing and be like, there's not wolves on the ship. What are you screwing around for?
You guys did
But-
play it for a little while. If y'all had played it much longer, like Aston could have died. Like he could have found his body somewhere. So, all right.
I know we could have just sat there, just been like, hey, he's drinking.
Yeah, Aston and Arthur still need to go find the third scientist that never said anything.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, I know.
He's mauled. Yeah.
That's the captain
Yeah.
saying, you two should go find.
Yeah,
the
the one
third
that didn't check
scientist.
in. Yeah.
Because Spencer doesn't look like he can handle that right now.
No.
No, yeah, Spencer's pretty mauled up. Yeah, he's pretty mauled up by cyber wolves. So
So I'm gonna bend down to this
at a
wolf
certain
and
point, at a certain point, I think we need to buy off the young edge though, Shaun, because I feel like it's like borderline like horrible for us to have such a horrible, like a dangerous campaign, and for you to have the youth edge. You know what I mean?
No, I know. I'm probably going to take the next advance and just buy it off.
Well, you don't have to. You can replace it with a different hindrance. So
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Buy it off.
but anyways, Aston, what do you do?
I want to look at this wolf and then basically like say to Arthur, like, is there anything you can scrap from these that would be useful?
I'm sure there's something. Yeah. So you guys throw them in the cargo hold, and then you can look for stuff later.
I think we should all make fancy hats out of their skulls.
It'd be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Team building.
Very cool.
All right, and then I guess if I'm gonna drag it, I'm just gonna start dragging this thing down the fucking steps while I'm looking for the scientist.
All
Just
right,
all
cool.
begrudgingly, you're just gonna hear tink, 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 tink as its head's bouncing.
Very
Could
cool.
anybody help me patch me up that's better at medicine than I am?
No one is good at healing in this group. No one has the healing skill.
I just don't want to make it at like a negative fucking 2.
Oh yeah, and someone without wounds. Yeah.
Does it? Let's. I will ask the other two scientists if either of them have any first aid, etc. experience,
I'm just gonna.
or if the doctor got eaten.
I'm just gonna say over the
That
comms,
was the doctor.
just have Karthus do it. He knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got the same thing you got. Yeah. It's a great idea. Okay.
The sweet scar. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Chicks dig scars, Spencer. Don't worry about it.
I already have plenty. We have a medical bay, for Christ's sake. I'm not having him stick me with some poker.
He can do it in the medical bay.
We'll just have to turn off the fire alarm.
I'll throw you
You know,
guys
like
a
in
bone.
kitchen.
There is a one of the scientists has some medical skills, but it's very, very like crappy. But yes,
It's a D4.
it's like a
As
D4.
long as
It's
they're
like
not
it's
taking
not
it.
unskilled.
Okay.
Actually, I'll make it D6 because he's not a wild card.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
And this is where Spencer dies.
Well, you can't. The good thing about not being a wild card is you can't critically fail. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm doing everything unskilled at -2. So
Right.
Extras can't crit fail.
Because you can't roll 2 ones.
Ah.
Yeah, he fails to patch up your wounds.
Wait, doesn't he get a +2 for being in the medical bay?
No, that's just recovery rolls.
Oh.
He's got the tools, so he doesn't take a penalty, but he doesn't get any bonuses. That's why I feel like I may have given y'all too many bonuses when I gave y'all electronics and notice at +2. I feel like I probably should have made it like a +1 because, like, really the bare minimum for tools is just no penalties. And if I made it advanced tools, I probably should have just made it +1. But anyways, I digress. So yes, unfortunately, Shaun, he wrapped it up in bandages like that, but honestly, it's very bad. He probably hasn't done it in years. Like it's not tight enough. It's a couple hours. It's probably just gonna. Yeah. He didn't put a good enough like covering of cream and antibiotic cream and that kind of stuff. Like he's just bad at it. And we're talking about wounds that are deep. Like this, he doesn't have any clue what to put on this. Yeah.
I mean, he's never dealt with a cyber wolf attack before.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean,
Shitty
absurd,
scientist.
right? I mean, he's also the whole time he's talking you up about what in the hell y'all just fought, right? He's like so confused and bewildered by it, and just won't stop talking about it.
Like, yes, because I have all the answers.
Yeah.
Hey, Spencer, right? What the hell just attacked us? You need to talk to your new friend. Are these standard fare of this planet?
Kothis is beside you because he's concerned. Or, well, no, actually, he's probably got to step at the ship actually to navigate you guys.
So once all this is over, I just, I ask him. I think I probably know the answer, but, if he knows what these things were.
He says, I've encountered them before. I had to flee from them. It means we are near.
It means we're near?
Yes.
Okay, so it isn't some primitive backwater planet. There's some kind of technology.
I had hoped that your ship meant this, or this thing meant they wouldn't be able to reach us. I was wrong.
Just think of how much worse it would have been if we'd have been in a fucking blizzard.
So now, Levi, up ahead. You're the only one that can see this because it's not showing up on the actual sensors on the astrogation table. Up ahead, you see a super dense fog. It's covering your entire view up ahead. What do you do? Karthus tells you. Karthus is near you because he's navigating, and Spencer is right behind you. But it looks like Spencer and Karthus are looking at each other because they're discussing mentally. They don't appear to be looking at your cockpit and seeing out ahead of you.
Are the sensors working like it's a fog that I'm going to just have to use instruments to fly through? Or is it something odder than that?
None of the sensors are like... I mean, it looks like... I mean, you could use like instruments and stuff like that to help you. I mean, it doesn't change anything. It's like being an old pilot. But, I mean, okay. It's super dense, and does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. I had to tap one of them and point ahead and slow down, kind of a thing.
Okay, so you tap Kothis, and he says, he looks at you and he points straight into the fog.
All right. I would also like to. I'm assuming there's some amount of time, and we're driving slow-ish, flying slow-ish, to be like trying to review the security footage and figure out when, how wolves appeared on the ship.
The security footage doesn't show the wolves.
Oh, right. Crap. Arthur, you should figure that out.
Yeah, anybody who got attacked like in a hall or anything like Spencer, like what does it look like when he was attacked?
It looks like he's just getting mauled. He looks like he was reacting to nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so the moment the ship passes into the fog, Levi, were you slowing down already?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is this emergency where a rock falling from the air?
No. So what happens is all the electrical systems on the ship start flickering and kind of going haywire, and the ship starts like starts having difficulties. And the artificial intelligence, the AI core, starts saying multiple systems on board the vessel are having difficulty staying online. The false gravity system is, and then like all the cameras are shutting off and going black, and the lights are flickering off and they're shutting off.
Let's try and hit reverse before the engines. It's the stuff keeping us aloft.
Okay, make a pilot check at a -4. Because you're going to have to do a really tight turn to do it.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you. Hot damn. Okay, so as soon as you see those screens start flickering and everything going black, you just flick that stick back as fast as you can. And, well, I don't know if it has a stick or if it's keyboards or what, touchpad, whatever. You react quickly, and you start turning the ship backwards. Everybody on the ship is, like, caught off guard, and they start, like trying to jerk and move back because, of course, the systems are going offline, which means no thrust compensators. And so you guys, like, pull straight out of the fog and land safely to the ground. Well, I'm assuming you want to land. Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay. And so you land the vessel on the ground just at the edge of the fog.
That's as far as we go, people.
See, Kothis has never run into this problem because he doesn't use electronic devices.
I overcome, but judging by the sudden movements of the ship, I'm assuming we're there.
We're as there as we can. Seems to be something messing with the instruments and systems further in. Arthur's going to figure it out. So turn to Spencer. Is this a you and him only thing, or is he going to complain if some of us try to come along? Do the scientists want to see it? I'm asking the scientists.
Are the scientists allowed to see it would be a better question.
Well, I mean, that's the first question to Spencer / Kothis.
God, I don't even know if I want to leave the damn ship at this point. Like, honestly, before we started this whole thing, I thought we were dealing with more, whatever the hell that thing was, this slackjaw or whatever. But now we've got wolves on the ship.
Cyber
I know.
wolves.
Cyber wolves on the ship.
It's exciting, right?
Hey, you avoided like falling down mountains and like pitfalls and like wintry weather that I had planned for you. So be thankful. So
Yeah.
it could have been worse.
I'm still almost dead. So.
Yeah. Imagine what had happened if you. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be a frozen carcass back on the mountain.
You missed your opportunity to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
Literally.
Your grandmother's been talking about it for decades. Well, not his grandmother. My grandmother. His grandmother doesn't know any fucking clue about that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Like, of course, this couldn't get any harder.
Oh, of course it could, man. Here, let me get you a 50-pound rucksack to carry.
Spencer, Kothis can see your frustration, and he says, "Not much longer. We're almost there."
All right. I'm like the biggest jacket I could find and grab a bunch of food. Does anybody have any booze? I think that would improve food.
No, you can't have booze in the snow. You'll drink yourself to death because you won't realize you're cold.
Plus, you have an open wound.
And you're 15.
damn it, because the law's going to get me out here. God, you guys are such pricks.
Notice the captain didn't care about the age.
Yeah.
The GM's gonna
Aston
be-
didn't care about the age either. Aston's like, you're bleeding. Let's not drink while you're bleeding.
Fine, I'm taking extra time.
So is everybody putting on their winter gear, and Aston is getting encumbered again.
Yep.
And you guys are going out into the snow. Okay.
Yes. Well, somebody needs to stay with the ship, I feel like, because apparently wolves can just magic onto the ship somehow.
Well, but would it be a good idea if only one person's on the ship and a pack of wolves magic onto it?
I guess the wolves aren't going to. Hopefully the wolves don't fly the ship away.
They can open doors. I know that much.
Well, the wolves weren't opening the doors. The wolves' doors were magically like opening for them, which is even weirder.
Well, I mean, if you don't lock the doors, they do that for people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But usually only for people who were like tagged for the ship. Yeah.
Did we need the EVA suit or helmet for this planet?
If you have winter clothes, you should be all right.
Okay, because I was wearing both before. So if I have just my winter
I think you were just wearing the helmet for the armor protection. Maybe.
I had the EVA suit and the EVA helmet equipped plus the winter gear.
Oh, well, you probably had too much on then, yeah.
Probably. So I'm just under encumbrance. Just under.
Okay.
Like if I get too much snow on my shoes, it's fucking over.
Get a little waterlogged, run through a creek.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Before we go into the fog, I'm guessing that the power armor is going to have issues with electronics and stuff. So, cool. I'm switching back to that other stuff. Where did that go? Darn it. Wait, no, I just have to wear the EVA suit? I don't have this winter gear.
Yeah,
I was wearing that other stuff before.
I was just looking.
EVA suit works fine.
Yeah, EVA suit.
I just have the winter shit because I'm extra.
Oh, that's right.
Because it wouldn't be Aston if he didn't have a custom tailored winter suit to go along with this.
Oh.
And suffer all of the negativity that I have to suffer just to do that.
Just
So do the scientists want to come with us? I'm asking.
They're divided. There's only two. Well, there's two of them left. They're literally split in the middle. One of them is like, we don't want to leave the ship because there's so much dangerous stuff out there, and the other one's like, everything dangerous apparently can get on the ship. They're the ones that can keep us safe. So,
whoever comes with me can have the combat rifle.
yeah, one of them like immediately comes over and grabs the rifle. So, and then the other one says, "Well, I'm not staying on the ship by myself." So they come with you guys.
Just for the sake of argument here, are they not concerned with their dead friends?
I mean, they probably are, but to be honest, I mean, they're all more worried about dying themselves right now, to be honest.
They're like, yeah, Jim's gone, but fuck it, I'm not going to be next.
I mean, that's...
self-preservation.
They already lost, what, is it Gregor? So...
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just remember, guys, if I die, somebody has to try and figure out how to fly the ship. That's all I'm saying.
Just got to talk to it. I've sat in the gunner seat enough to know. You just got to talk to it.
All right, so you guys venture out, and
I don't feel
Okay.
entirely comfortable with our plan, but sure.
But no,
I'm
I
gonna
just
deal.
I don't feel entirely comfortable with our plan. There's too many ways this can go wrong. Okay.
You only have 2 wounds out of 3. We're
Yeah,
going
we
into
have
an
no
alien
Eh.
outpost with a tribal native who can't speak to us. I don't see how this could go wrong at all.
Oh my
and
goodness.
just magical cyber wolves running around.
And the GM's playing cards. I don't see how any of this could go wrong.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Pretend you didn't see that. Okay. So when you pass through, you pass on into the fog, and certainly you guys quickly realize that any electronic displays on your EVA suits go zzz, and they stop working. Right. Any kind of displays you have on your firearms, electronic, otherwise, stop working. PDDs, communicators, everything. They don't work.
I'm going to test the laser pistol and see if it still shoots.
Nope.
Cool. I'm going to test the auto pistol and see if it still shoots.
It works.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm not going to mention that the combat rifle that the scientist has is probably not going to work. Cool.
So you just fire a pistol on the ground in the middle of the tundra?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna
All
like
the
say you're
scientists
doing
go.
this, or are you just doing it?
Well, I clicked the laser pistol and said, huh. And then take the other one out. Bang. Okay.
That's the only indication you get. I'm gonna pull my weapon immediately after hearing
Yeah.
a gunshot.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Just checking.
Oh my god. You can't just randomly fire off a weapon after we were just attacked by cybernetic wolves. There's protocol, Levi.
So if they were regular wolves, would it have been okay?
Do you want me to test my weapon?
What do you have again? I mean, maybe. Other stuff's getting screwed up in this cloud.
Mine won't.
Okay.
Spencer, that also goes for yours. If you have a laser pistol, it does not work.
Yeah. It's heavy too. And it doesn't work.
Yep. Laser pistols are heavy. And so you guys start trekking through the tundra. Quickly, though, as you get into the fog, you quickly realize that this area is more of a forest rather than a fog. I'm sorry, more of a forest, however, rather than a flatland tundra. And it's quite dense. It's kind of the forest that blocks like sunlight. That's how dense it is.
Go too far. Do we have a way to get back to the ship if all of our sensors and all of our GPSs and shit don't work?
The traditional way of tracking where you're going.
Fuck, we're
It
dead.
means so
Maybe like spray
marking
paint.
trees and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we have some kind of like paint or something we can.
You're still
does
bleeding,
Spencer
right?
know how to do that? Spencer needs to make a survival roll. Because Shaun knows that, but Spencer doesn't know how to do that. Because Spencer's never been out in the wilderness, probably. Day in his
Spencer,
life.
you fucking retard. All right, hold on.
Yeah, Spencer doesn't have any clue about getting around in the wilderness on a planet.
I so want to use a Benny because
He feels wrong, like this is wrong, just wandering around the wilderness, but he doesn't have any clue of how to avoid this situation.
I'm wondering if I should use my last Benny, but I've got a -2, so it's probably not.
But you guys can look over at Kothis and feel quite confident because you look at him and he is laser focused on where he is going.
Yeah, so long as he doesn't die, then we're fine.
There you go. Priorities. Need him to get out of the fog.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he passes his gift over to you and turns to dust in front of us, and we're fucking gonna have to walk through the wilderness all on our own.
Yeah. See, Spencer's like totally pissed about this, and you can just see like totally a bad mood because he's like, I've been like eaten by. I mean, he feels responsible for dragging everybody out here, and this thing is going sideways quickly. And we're probably
Levi's got a big grin on his face.
Okay, I'm actually going to wipe that grin off, probably.
Okay.
Levi and Spencer, I want you both to make a notice roll at a -2 penalty while you're in the forest. Well, this is an additional -2.
I know.
-2.
Oh, God damn it. Let me see.
I'm not in on this roll, I see.
No, just you. Just them two.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so
Let's
Spencer is Spencer.
Eyeballs fall out. Or
Okay, so Levi is like, I'm gonna use a Benny on that one.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
the
still
-2. Yeah, so you still
Yeah.
failed.
Hey. Use that raise.
Hey, there we go.
It's called a raise. Okay, so it only bumps a success to a raise. It doesn't make a failure a success.
I thought it would make a
So I
fail
kept
success.
encouraging
Okay.
you guys to use it, but it's okay. It'll pass on to the next session. So, yeah. Okay. So, so what happens is so Levi and Spencer are following along behind, like close behind Cauthus, right? Because they're confident in his movements. And you guys are in the dense part of the fog, and Cauthus takes a slight step down, but you guys are following too close to him to really react to what he does. And when he takes a step down, you guys don't really spot what he's doing in time, and you guys slip on what appears to be some ice because your feet slide, and both of you slip and tumble down what looks to be an icy riverbed or a creek bed. And I want both of you to make a vigor roll at the same penalty, -2.
Holy shit, did my fancy winter boots actually help me out in this?
Old man is super vigorous.
He still gets the -1 because of elderly, but blows it out of the fucking water.
Okay,
Oh my God.
so Levi tumbles and lands against some soft snow and a rock that's covered in snow. And also, he's done his thing before. You know, he's been around the block. You know, he's been a soldier before for a long time. Shaun, however, tries to catch himself with his hands, and you feel a twig, a snap in his wrist at the very last moment, and you take a wound, Spencer. So
Can't take
as your you take a wound, Spencer, as your wrist snaps. You believe you fractured your wrist as you tumbled into the icy river. So, all right.
You got
I did not, by the way. I went from left to right on the cards, left to right from top to bottom. I did not pick Shaun. The first two names got clubs.
I'm going to spend my last penny.
On soaking it?
Yeah. Can I drag the Benny over the wounds?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
You still failed.
Yeah, figured.
All right. Yep, you still failed. And you would have failed without the penalty from the wound previously. So, yeah.
So what does that do?
It means you're at -3 wounds. You have 3 wounds now.
Oh, he doesn't go straight to incapacitated?
No, he had 2 before. Now he has 3.
The fourth one is incapacitated.
Yeah. The 4th is one that kills you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody get that low before, so I didn't know.
Yeah. I've never been this
What are you
low.
talking about? I brought you down twice. Oh, yeah, but you were at full once. Like, you went from full all the way down to...
Yeah, it was just an instant. I didn't know what happened.
That's right. Okay.
Fuck. Okay, so
Yeah.
just
So
like
that was the
screaming.
cards that decided who got dealt the.
Yeah. Well, I'm screaming in pain. Is there any way we can go back to the ship?
Kothis says, "Looks. Are you still mind linked with Kothis?
Uh,
Does it cost power points to mind link?
it does, but there's a
Oh yeah,
duration,
yeah. You
and I
could
have
maintain it
concentration.
if you could maintain it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume breaking your wrist though probably is something that would
Yeah.
probably make you break your concentration.
Yeah. Probably. Mind blank. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it lasts an hour for me because I have a concentration edge. But anyway, yeah. I'll just spend another.
Oh yeah, it's one power point. Yeah.
Reestablish it.
And he comes over to you and he says, "Not much longer."
You okay, Spencer?
No, and I can't take much more of this shit.
Do we need to go back?
How long would it take us to get back at this point?
You've been traveling together for an hour in this forest.
So it's not going to fucking be any helpful. I'm like, just give me a minute. Help me split this damn thing.
Okay.
Go ahead, Levi. Make that medical roll.
I mean, it's
My
within a
medic-
golden hour, you know. So
My medical role is to ask the scientist who halfway knows what they're doing to come splint.
okay.
Try it again.
Hey,
Hey.
okay. So one of them splints the leg, and then one of them was smart enough to bring like some of the equipment from the ship in a small toolbox, and one of them like bring some equipment, like some advanced technology equipment from the ship that they were familiar with, and then they start to work on your leg a little bit, and honestly, it looks like they really don't know well of what they're doing, but after seeing the mess that they wrapped your arm or your bandages or wounds the last time, they felt bad, so they try to familiarize themselves in the medical bay afterwards. So your leg is going to have to be splinted up. You're still wounded technically. You're just not going to suffer the penalties. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, hooray!
Yay. Crisis averted.
He's got doctoring for dummies out. Like we just
Okay.
just.
What's happening though from you guys for that 10 minutes while he's getting his healing check done though? What is everybody else doing? Because Kothis kind of like climbs up on the other side of the creek bed, the frozen creek bed, and just like looks out and like surveys the environment.
Can I walk up next to him and try to see if I see anything?
Sure.
Nope. Oh wait. Why am I still over multi-action? Hold on.
Yeah, you got to unclick the button.
Okay, so it should be a 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he's looking out ahead, right? And he's probably thinking about the journey ahead. But then when you turn to look back towards everyone else, you see movement very far away in the mist, in the fog.
Levi, I think there's something coming this way. Spencer, you didn't break your shooting wrist, did you?
Like, no, but my
Good enough for me. Get ready.
laser pistol doesn't work anyway.
You don't have a regular gun?
No. I bought the really, really good one.
Clearly.
Piece of shit. I can use it as a club.
I'm not saying that we're going to have to fight, but given everything else this planet is thrown at us, we're probably going to have to fight.
Please tell me we're never coming back.
Kothis is still looking into the fog ahead.
Can I tap him on the shoulder and point to what I'm seeing? Like, are you seeing this?
Okay, he looks out and he goes back to Spencer, and like he immediately, it looks like they're finishing up on you, and he immediately just pulls you up, and then he starts dragging you, and like he's starting to jog.
I'll pick up the other side of Spencer.
Is it my leg or wrist?
It's your wrist.
Oh,
Okay. So
okay.
I can kind of like jog a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like holding my wrist and kind of like.
Yeah. Okay.
And yell at the scientists, like, you two, quit standing there with your dicks in your hands. We gotta go.
Okay. So is that the plan? Is just to try to get away?
I mean,
Whatever Karthus tells us to do at this point.
Yeah, we're following him.
yeah, super strong tribal dude is running. I'm running.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think you guys. I think Aston saved you guys. In this situation, because he went up there and joined Karthus and looked out ahead and spotted this. So he guys saved you guys from a potential chase or combat scene. So we're going to use quick encounters to evade this because you guys spotted it when it was way off in the distance, while everything is still a silhouette, right? So we can use quick encounters to involve this. To handle this scene. So, in what way are you guys escaping or helping everyone escape? Like, what tools are everyone using in their arsenal of talents?
Can I use persuade to attempt to make everybody kind of steady their nerves, keep focused on the task ahead, and like, hey, like, don't pay attention to anything that might be around there following us. Keep your eyes forward, look at us, and just keep marching.
All right, I can do that. Sure.
Fuck.
He's not helpful.
Mm-mm.
What about
I would
Jeremy?
like to use my knowledge of stealth to attempt to be in the back and mess up the tracks, sort of a situation.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to maybe like hide from whoever it is following in the forest rather than necessarily outrun them, because you have a good
Make
distance
it harder
from
for them to track us is the hope.
What about Spencer? Okay, we got one success. Now,
I would
unfortunately,
like to make that a bigger one if we need it.
Yeah.
Use that raise.
Yep, sure. You can hold it in your pocket and see what Spencer does.
At this point, I'm looking. The only thing Spencer can really do is just try not to fall down. Because I'm looking at all my skills. And outside of stealth and athletics, there's not a whole lot.
I mean, those are perfectly legitimate skills to use in this situation. So
I mean, I could use psionics, but whatever's chasing us would have to be like a lot closer to justify it.
yeah, that makes sense. And I was thinking the same thing for Karthus. So
Yeah, I'm just going to
Karthus
use
is using athletics as well. All right, Karthus is using athletics also.
Well, at least I didn't crit fail.
Use that raise.
So yeah, unfortunately, we will need.
Still need more.
Yeah, still need one more. So
I think so. We needed 3.
If there's 4 people rolling, no, there was only 3 participants. So I forgot that we need Karthus to roll too. So if there's 4 participants, there needs to be four rolls. So, yeah. So if there's 3 participants, there need to be 3 successes. So
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so I think that this will just turn into a unless someone has a Benny to spend. I think everybody's tapped out. So
let me spin that last Benny then, I guess, and see what happens. If I just drop it on this, will it? Hey, that didn't help.
No, I mean you already got a success. I mean the thing is, once you've already got a success, I mean the chances of getting higher are pretty low,
I know.
right?
I know.
Dumb question. Does your natural leader help us in this situation at all?
No, it pretty much only helps in the recovering from shaken.
Okay.
And the natural leader part only lets me apply the command things to wildcards.
Yeah, anything that would apply to extras, you can apply to everybody.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Well,
know if you had
everything in
anything
this
else.
scene, besides the scientists, are wild cards.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, the only command edge like that is the spirit roll for.
So what we see
recovery
is we see all of you trying to we see Spencer and Kothis Kothis trying to drag Spencer along, and then Jeremy helping him at first, and then Jeremy thinking, oh shit, they're gonna be able to follow our tracks anyways, and then Levi falls behind and starts trying to cover the tracks somehow with his boot or something like that, and trying to hide them. And then Aston sees that maybe Spencer is not keeping his wits under control, all this stuff, and the broken wrist and the wounds and the cyber wolves and all that kind of stuff. He's starting to lose faith in the situation. Maybe even Arthur too, because Arthur's never been good at fighting, right? And Karthus, he's not the type to deal with people who are not good at handling their shit well, right? Because he's a tribal warrior who's always been in a culture that just deals with this kind of thing, right? And he's just dragging Spencer along. And so Aston uses his persuasion skills to what is the kind of things you're telling Spencer and Arthur to get them to try to, muster up?
Well, with a 2, I probably told him just to keep your shit together, calm the fuck down, and apparently it didn't work.
Nice. Yeah. And so
you always want to tell people to calm down and you need them to calm
Yeah, it always works.
Yeah.
Especially your wife.
Yeah. Nope, that never works. And so while all this is happening, on the edges of the mist, there's silhouettes forming around you all, and they're definitely not human creatures, whatever they are. And we see them kind of drawing closer to you all, and we'll end the session as they get kind of around you in among the forest, and that's where we'll end the session. Next session, this can turn into a chase, or it can turn into a combat encounter, whichever one you guys prefer. It may be a combination of both, but we'll leave it right here because it's 11 o'clock. So, but anyway, so we'll call it here. So thank you everyone for joining us. So I think we got 4 weeks in a row more of Claim the Stars. So it'll be pretty fun to see where we go from here. So anyways, so thank you for watching. So we can raid out. I'll find someone after this, after we turn the cameras off. And anyways, we'll call it a day. So come see us next week, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, all right. Also, Cliff, go ahead and actually, I'll do it for you. Shout out your channel in the chat.
Command.
Yeah. Go ahead and check him out on Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, right?
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern on his channel for D&D, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern for Savage Worlds. So,
Thank you.
all right. Okay, so we'll call it here. All right, bye.
See you guys.